Hey, Sione. Now that you've kind of had a chance to sit down and watch the game again, do you feel like you guys made some real strides on defense yesterday?
Well, yeah, after watching the tape, I felt like we did a great job, containing some of their superstar weapons, Lamar and 89. But, it's kind of one of those things where we did a great job, but we got to do a little bit more to get that W. You know what I mean? So it's frustrating, but I thought I know we did some great things out there. We just got to find a way to finish.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dan. Next up, Scott Petrick.
Hey, Sione. Kevin just told us that Jacob Phillips is likely done for the season with a pec injury. So what kind of blow is that to your group?
Yeah, man. Any injury, to the team is tough, especially Jacob and the injuries we already had in the linebacker room. So it'll definitely hurt. You know what I mean? We'll be with him. He'll be around the team. But it's the nature of the beast. Next man up, National Football League. So guys are going to step in and be ready.
I'm assuming you've seen him since the injury. I mean, he's a guy that had a serious one last year too. How's he kind of been able to process this?
Yeah, man. Coming off of one like last year and then this year, it can be very, very tough. But his spirits are high. Somebody like him he's a real resilient player. So it's tough to, to have something like this happen again. But I know he's a tough player and he'll get through this.
Thank you.
Thanks, Scott. Jeff Shadell, you have our next question.
Hey, Sione, I know you're not happy because you guys did not win the game yesterday, but what did you do as a group to play better defensively than in some of the more recent games?
Our last week motto was being 100% committed. That's going to be the case this week again. But just watching a lot more film as a group, calling out certain motions and checks, and especially with what Baltimore does. They have so many certain packages. So I felt like we did a great job, tuning in on a lot of the stuff that they do. So I felt like that was great. But again, we got a tough opponent coming up ahead, and we're gonna have to do the same thing and even put in a lot more effort because, man, we got to get a win.
Thanks, Jeff. Marla Ridenour, go ahead.
Yes, Sione, what did you see yesterday from from Deion Jones when, I know he didn't play the whole game, but did you see some things that, like I said, that you think you guys can grow with going forward as a group?
100%. Deion Jones is a dynamic player. He's a proven player who has been, a Pro Bowl caliber guy, and it was good for him to get out there to get his feet wet. And we're excited to see, as he continues to go. So I think he's only going to get better from here on out, and I'm excited to play with him and see all the great things he can do on the field to help us out.
And now that you're like a day removed from, there was some, maybe the stories about, the loud locker room after the game. Do you think it was almost good that you guys got out some of whatever, it was going on? Do you think that stuff sort of needed to be, shared so you could move on?
What exactly are you talking about?
Well, just like supposedly, there was some people heard guys yelling in the locker room after the game before they were, the media was allowed in. I just wondered if you thought it was good to sort of get that out.
That's normal football stuff. It's coming off a frustrating loss, so nothing crazy. Obviously, you know what I mean. Just discussions between our brothers, you know what I mean. After a frustrating loss, but nothing crazy.
Thank you, Marla. Let's go back to Scott Petrick.
Hey, Sione, after the game, you said you really liked the game plan defensively that you guys had. What specifically did you think was, I guess, the key in the plan to containing Lamar and Mark Andrews?
Yeah, I thought the coaches put a great, game plan together to kind of contain some of the players. And basically, it's just being gap sound. You know what I mean? They do a lot of, crazy things, with certain packages that We just really had to be sound in a lot of our gap schemes, because we know that Lamar can run the ball. So that's basically it, and I felt like guys were doing their jobs, and we were able to keep the numbers down, and we were able to have a chance at the end to win. But like I said, we just got to do more, do more and find a way to win.
Yeah, and it felt like JOK was really flying around, had a couple passes defensed, and was blitzing. Could you tell out there that he was really all over the field and making plays for you?
Another dynamic player for our team, man. JOK flies around the ball, and that's what he does. He makes plays. He's a playmaker. He was able to cause that forced fumble to kind of put us in a position to win, and throughout the whole game, you know what I mean. He's built to kind of defend this a team like them, who has a quarterback who can run, scramble, and throw. So you'll continue to see him make plays throughout his career.